Ever wondered why some relationships, seemingly perfect, never make it to the altar? What are these deal breakers? Today, we'll delve into the intricate maze of relationships, a realm filled with complexities and contradictions. As we navigate this labyrinth, we'll debunk some common misconceptions about relationships and courtship. It's a popular belief that all it takes for a relationship to transition into marriage is love, but is that the complete story? The reality, however, is a bit more convoluted. Love is essential, yes, but it is not the only factor. From unmet expectations to compatibility issues, from emotional baggage to communication gaps, there's a myriad of factors that can steer a promising courtship off its course. Each relationship is like a unique puzzle, an intriguing enigma that requires patience, understanding, and effort to solve. In the next few minutes, we'll explore some real-life case studies that reveal the pitfalls that can derail a promising courtship. First, meet John and Jane, a couple who seemed to have it all until expectations came into play. John and Jane, like many couples, fell in love swiftly and deeply. They shared dreams, laughter, and countless cups of morning coffee. Yet, beneath the surface of their love story, a silent battle was brewing. The battle of unmet expectations. John, an ambitious entrepreneur, imagined a life with Jane filled with adventure and spontaneity. He envisioned a partner who would share his love for late-night brainstorming sessions, impromptu road trips, and the thrill of chasing dreams. On the other hand, Jane, a passionate teacher, dreamed of a life of stability and routine. She longed for quiet evenings at home, weekend family gatherings, and the comforting predictability of a well-planned life. The issue wasn't that their expectations were unreasonable or wrong, but that they were unspoken and unmet. Both John and Jane, caught in their silent hopes, failed to communicate their desires to each other. The importance of communication in managing expectations cannot be overstated. In the world of relationships, it acts as the bridge between thought and understanding, between desire and fulfillment. Without it, expectations become assumptions, and assumptions, more often than not, lead to disappointment. When John planned a surprise weekend getaway, he expected Jane to be thrilled. Instead, she was overwhelmed and frustrated. When Jane organized a detailed itinerary for their daily routine, John felt confined and stifled. Their unmet expectations began to erode the foundation of their relationship. The breakdown of their relationship didn't happen overnight. It was a gradual process, like water eroding a rock, unnoticed until the damage is too deep to repair. Their story is not unique. It's a tale as old as love itself, a reminder that love is not just about finding the right person, but also about managing expectations. When expectations are not communicated or met, even the strongest relationships can falter. It's a lesson learned the hard way by John and Jane, and a cautionary tale for all those who believe that love in itself is enough. It isn't. Communication, understanding, and meeting each other halfway, these are the true cornerstones of a lasting relationship. Now let's turn to Mike and Mary, a couple who ignored the signs of incompatibility. This story, although fictional, is a mirror of many real-life situations. Mike and Mary were two individuals who seemed to have it all. They were both successful in their careers, attractive and sociable. However, beneath the surface of their seemingly perfect relationship, there was a deep-rooted issue: incompatibility. You see, Mike was an outgoing, adventurous spirit who loved the outdoors and thrived on physical activity. He loved hiking, biking, and camping, and he found his peace in the midst of nature. On the other hand, Mary was an introverted book lover who cherished her quiet time. She loved immersing herself in different worlds through books and enjoyed the tranquility of her home. At first, their differences seemed charming. The old saying, "opposites attract," seemed to ring true for them. But as time went on, these differences grew into a chasm that neither could bridge. Mike wanted to spend weekends exploring the wilderness, while Mary preferred curling up with a good book at home. Eventually, this led to arguments, frustration, and ultimately, their breakup. The story of Mike and Mary underscores the significance of compatibility in a relationship. While it's true that no two people are the same, and differences can add spice to a relationship, It's also crucial to share some common ground. Whether it's similar interests, shared values, or compatible lifestyles, these elements can act as the glue that holds a relationship together. Incompatibility, when ignored, can be a ticking time bomb in a relationship. It can lead to dissatisfaction, resentment, and heartbreak, as was the case with Mike and Mary. So, it's essential to recognize and address incompatibility early on to save yourself from potential heartache. Ignoring incompatibility can lead to heartbreak down the line. So as you venture into the intricate maze of relationships, remember to value compatibility. It may not be the most exciting aspect of a relationship, but it's certainly one of the most fundamental. Finally, consider the story of Anna and Alex, whose pasts cast a long shadow over their relationship. They met each other at a time when they were both nursing wounds from their previous relationships. They found solace in each other's company, but the ghosts from their pasts were never too far away. Anna had been cheated on by her previous partner, causing her to be suspicious and untrusting. She found it hard to believe in Alex's sincerity and often doubted his intentions. On the other hand, Alex had been in a relationship where he was constantly belittled and criticized. This led him to be overly sensitive to Anna's words, often misconstruing them as criticism. Despite their deep affection for each other, their unresolved emotional baggage seeped into their relationship, causing friction and misunderstanding. The past experiences that they had not fully healed from started influencing their present, poisoning their relationship with fear and mistrust. The story of Anna and Alex is not unique. Many of us carry emotional baggage from our pasts, which can unknowingly affect our current relationships. It's like walking into a new house with muddy shoes. No matter how beautiful the house, the mud from our shoes will inevitably dirty the floors. It's important to understand that emotional healing is critical before entering a new relationship. This involves reflecting on our past experiences, understanding what went wrong, and learning from them. It's about acknowledging our feelings, allowing ourselves to grieve, and then letting go. Emotional healing is not about forgetting our past, but rather making peace with it. This process can be challenging and may require professional help, but it's a worthwhile investment that can save us and our future partners from unnecessary pain. Remember, we all deserve a clean slate, a chance to start anew without the shadows of our past haunting us. Carrying emotional baggage into a new relationship can doom it from the start. So, let's make a conscious effort to unpack our baggage, heal from our wounds, and step into our new relationships with a light heart and an open mind. So, what can we learn from these stories? What are the deal breakers to watch out for during courtship? Firstly, we've talked about the critical role of managing expectations in a relationship. It's all too easy to paint a picture of how we want things to be, our ideal relationship, and then impose that vision onto the person we're courting. But here's the thing, people aren't canvases. They have their own colors, their own strokes, their own masterpieces to create. When we manage our expectations, we allow room for the other person's individuality. We let them be themselves, and we learn to appreciate them for who they are, not who we want them to be. Next up, we address the trap of incompatibility. Now, don't get me wrong, differences can make a relationship interesting. But when those differences are fundamental, when they're about your core values, beliefs, or lifestyle preferences, they can turn into sources of constant friction. Recognizing incompatibility isn't about finding someone exactly like you. It's about finding someone whose differences you can respect, appreciate, and live with. Then we delved into the danger of emotional baggage. We all have our pasts, our hurts, our unresolved issues, and sometimes we carry these into our relationships, expecting the other person to fix us. But here's the truth. No one else can heal us. We have to do that for ourselves. If we don't, we may end up projecting our insecurities, fears, and resentments onto our partner, which can lead to a toxic cycle of blame and hurt. So there you have it. The importance of managing expectations, acknowledging incompatibility, and resolving emotional baggage. These are the things to watch out for, the deal breakers that can make or break a courtship. Remember, understanding these potential pitfalls can help navigate the complex journey of courtship and lead to a stronger, healthier relationship. In conclusion, successful courtship isn't just about the sparks and butterflies. It's a complex dance, a journey of self-discovery and mutual understanding. It's about recognizing and navigating unmet expectations. It's about understanding the nuances of compatibility and the importance of emotional healing. As we've explored, unmet expectations can lead to disappointment and resentment. Recognize them early, communicate, and negotiate a middle ground. Compatibility isn't about having identical interests, but about harmoniously coexisting and valuing each other's individuality. Emotional baggage can cast long shadows on new relationships. Healing from past relationships is not just necessary, it's crucial before embarking on a new one. It's about finding peace within yourself so you can fully commit to someone else. In the grand scheme of things, these are not just factors that affect courtship, they are the pillars of any long-lasting relationship. Ultimately, understanding and addressing these deal breakers can mean the difference between a relationship that ends in heartbreak and one that leads to lifelong companionship.